Hello everyone, 我是丸子 Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back to filming a video to analyze how Chinese celebrities speak, especially the ones that are really well known, the ones that are constantly under media attention. So in this video, we're going to look at how刘亦菲speaks in several English interviews. So we know刘亦菲, she has an overseas background. She was born or raised, I forgot, in Canada or America for some time, and then she came back to China. The purpose of such videos is not for me or actually anyone to judge these celebrities and how they speak, because after all, as second language learners, we all have something to work on. So by looking at how others speak, we can also reflect upon our areas of improvement. In my analysis, I will focus on three areas. First is her pronunciation, 发音. Second is the accuracy of her diction, of her word choice and grammar, 她的语法和用词的准确度. And number three is sentence patterns, whether she uses complex sentences or is she just using very simple grammatical structures, and the effectiveness of her, sentence patterns.
When I think of Switzerland, I think of peaceful, the blue sky, the lake, and the air, so I love it.
Okay, there she had great pronunciation. She uses the technique linking. She said, when I think of. When I think of Switzerland. So typically when there are two words next to each other, if the first word ends with a consonant and then the next word starts with a vowel, we can link these two sounds together. So instead of saying when I think of, she said when I think of. Right? So if you can practice this way of speaking, then you will sound more natural and more fluent.
I think of peaceful, the blue sky, the lake, and the air, so I love it.
So there she drops an article. She should say, when I think of Switzerland, I think of the peaceful and blue sky, the lake, and the air. So in terms of sentence patterns, she uses a simple sentence. I think of A, B, and C, so I love it, right? Very simple. Sometimes in oral English, in spoken English, we don't have to use very complicated sentence patterns to express ourselves clearly, because language, the purpose of language is for communication. As long as you can express yourself effectively, then the purpose is achieved.
Which memories will you keep from this stay in Switzerland?
I think today is quite unique because you can see we walked the bridge.
I think today is quite unique, right? Unique means 独一无二的, right? It's a very nice adjective. We could always say something is unique, right? We are unique individuals. And then she said, because you can see we walked the bridge, right? So again, she drops a word, this little word called preposition. She should say, you see, we walk on the bridge. Actually, the French subtitles correctly reflected what she wanted to say, right? Although my French really is subpar, but then you could see nous avons marché sur le pont. Nous avons marché sur le pont. So we need to have the preposition sur, which means on, right? Le pont means the bridge. In English, similarly, she should say we walk on the bridge.
And the president of Tissot gave us a great tour, so I really appreciate it.
There she has this problem again, very typical to a lot of Chinese learners, the problem with tense, right? She should say the president of Tissot gave us a great tour. Gave, past tense. Or if it's present, then she should say gives us a great tour. Just on a side note, I checked online, the brand Tissot should be pronounced as Tissot. T is always mute. In a lot of French words, the ending consonant is not pronounced. Says somebody whose French really sucks. But anyway, that's just for your information.
What is it like to be famous worldwide, to be a famous actress?
I think I enjoy the process of acting.
Once again, she shows great pronunciation and great fluency. She says, I think I enjoy the process of acting. Very natural linkage there when she says the process of acting. The process of perfecting, right? So we can always apply this tiny pronunciation or speaking technique to make our speech more fluent, flow like water.
And I'm really grateful for being an actor and actress. I think that's all I love about.
I'm really grateful for being an actress, but usually the natural way to say this is I'm really grateful to be an actress. So the subtitle translation is very accurate.
Do you speak a bit of French?
Not really. I'm a very bad student at learning languages, but if there's a role, I would love to learn more.
Again, she drops a preposition, right, or a conjunction, because here she's offering a condition, 一个条件, saying 如果有这样一个角色，那我就很乐意去学多一点. So she should say, if there is a role, I would like to learn more. The French subtitles are accurate because we can see the word pour. Pour in French means for, right? For this role, for a role, I would like to learn. Okay, so we have to have either a conjunction if or for a particular role, I would love to learn.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words? What would you say?
3 words is not enough, but what should I? I want to be a woman who live in the now and just be simple and happy.
So again, she has this problem with third person singular agreement, subject verb agreement, right? She just say, I want to be a woman who lives in something, right? And then this expression, in the now, I think a more accurate way to say that, 去活在当下, should be live in the present, live in the present. Or you could also say who savors the present moment. Savor 就是回味享受的感觉. In Latin, there's this phrase called carpe diem. Carpe diem means 享受当下，及时行乐. I think that describes the philosophy or the lifestyle that she wants to pursue.
If you have to define can in 3 or 4 words, what would they be?
Well, that's very hard. I think although we see the result is, glamorous and, gowns and a word and people's attention, but most of it in the center is the simple thing. It's all about humanity, how to express that and to put it on film. People can really feel it and they're very accurate.
It seems that a lot of reporters like to ask questions like, how would you describe something in 3 words? So again, she was given this question, how would you describe cans in 3 words? And then she said it's a very hard question. Usually we say this not because we really think it's hard, but because we're trying to buy ourselves some time to organize our language. That's a really smart tactic to use. So, and then she says, although we see the result as glamorous, that's a very good word. When you describe something as, extravagant, looking very nice from the outside, it's described as glamorous. And then just like a native speaker, she gives elaboration, which is also the key distinction between a native speaker and a non-native speaker. She says gowns, awards, and people's attention.
Gowns and a word and people's attention.
And then she says, yet at the center of it is just the simple thing. At the center of the film festival, what we're showing is simply humanity. I would say that she's not only very artistic in terms of her expression, she's also very observant. She could really see through everything, the facade of the glamour, and then she's looking at the core of the film festival, which is trying to show humanity.
What do you expect from a director?
Oh, that's a very good question. Of course, each director will give you different advice and standards. As I worked with Billy August, he's a great director. He has won 2 Golden Palm and 1 Oscar, so it's a big honor to work with him.
She said, of course, each director will give you different advice and standards. So there she shows she has good mastery of the word advice, because advice in English is uncountable. We say a lot of advice without an S at the end, whereas for the word suggestions, which is a similar word, we do have this plural form, suggestions, right? So she's using the word correctly, different advice and standards. Standards is a countable noun. And then she mentions a particular director, saying that it's a great honor to work with him. But then there she made a simple grammar mistake. She said it's a great honor to be worked with him. It should be it's a great honor to work with him, or it's a great honor to be able to work with him.
But on the set, the most thing he said to everybody, to me, is keep it simple.
And then she's trying to recall what this director said to her. She said, the most thing he said to me is something. The most thing is problematic. We don't say the most thing. We say the thing that somebody said most, right? Or the thing that he said frequently. So minor mistake, I think, arising from the influence of Chinese, right? Because in 中文我们会说他说的最多的一样事情, right? So it's pretty much like, to me, a direct translation from Chinese.
He believes you can bring the unique thing to the character, so sometimes he just stand there and just keep it simple.
So she says because he believed that you can bring unique thing to the character. Sometimes when we can't think of a proper word to use, very often we resort to words like thing or stuff. But then I think to really improve her diction, or to vary your diction, here the word thing actually refers to perspective, because different actresses and actors bring in a different perspective to the character, or a dimension to the character. So if she could replace the word thing with perspective or dimension, it would just add more depth to her answers.
You work with Jackie Chan in Forbidden Kingdom.
I thank him for being my friend, my teacher, also my how do you say, my role model, because I've been working with American, Canadian, European, Korean, Japanese. We have some kind of same energy that always goes forward, and sometimes even people can't understand their language. They don't need to talk. They know what they want. So I think that's magic.
And the last part about her working experience with Jackie Chan, she was able to elaborate a lot, right? Recalling that Jackie Chan was her teacher, was her friend and role model. These three nouns are a good parallel to describe how important this person is, right? If you just say, oh, he's really important to me without any elaboration, people don't really get it. They don't understand what you mean. But if you say he's my teacher, my friend, and also role model, I think that really adds a lot of valid information to your answers. And then she also said that she's been working with different actors and actresses from different countries, and then she's able to elaborate it by saying that they share the same energy, which is a really positive thing to bring to the film. Overall, I really like the way she speaks. She's very calm and confident, and the way she speaks is also quite effortless. I think only a near native speaker can speak in that manner. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and hope you can also continue working on your English so one day you can speak confidently just like Li Fei. Bye!